My name is Rachel Kibe from Nairobi, Kenya. I'm a program fellow at Down Syndrome International. I'm glad to join you and the rest of the world during this annual event in celebration of the World Down Syndrome Day. This year's theme is Inclusion Means, and this webinar will be focusing on what inclusion means in employment. In my presentation, I'm going to discuss what inclusive employment practice is and what it is not. Persons with disabilities have the right to work on an equal basis with others as described in Article 27 of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability. This work should be in an open, inclusive, and accessible labor market and work environment. Despite this right to employment, there are many misconceptions about the employment of persons with Down syndrome and intellectual disability. For example, the misconceptions that they can't work as well as other people, that they can only do certain jobs, that employing them costs a lot more money, or is a very difficult and requires disability specialists within the employing organization. These misconceptions are false. There is a huge body of evidence from around the world that persons with Down syndrome and intellectual disabilities perform tasks well in a wide range of jobs. Employees with Down syndrome and intellectual disabilities normally require some changes to make things more accessible and some accommodations in their job. But these are generally low cost, easy to implement, and beneficial to all employees. In employment, inclusion means fair treatment for everyone without any discrimination. This means everyone is kept safe and treated well. Inclusion means making workplaces that are accessible and welcoming to all, including people with Down syndrome. Many accessibility changes that help people with Down syndrome benefit everyone that interacts with the business. For example, communicating in plain language. Inclusion means including people with Down syndrome getting the necessary support and relevant accommodations they need to do well at work, not expecting people to fit into an inaccessible workplace with no support. Inclusion means giving an equal chance to everyone, including people with Down syndrome, to do the same jobs and be included in the same companies and workplaces, not in segregated or special settings. Workplaces that only employ people with Down syndrome or intellectual disabilities keep them segregated and prevent them from being included in their communities. Inclusion means equal pay for equal work, regardless of whether someone has a disability. This means implementing laws to end the unethical practice of paying lesser wages or salaries to persons with disabilities. We are very lucky to have some great speakers in this webinar who can explain in more detail what inclusion means in employment. Thank you.